So we've recently picked up a few new pieces of equipment to hopefully make our videos better and a bit more dynamic. But there's one piece of equipment in particular that I'm pretty excited about. It's the Sony A74. I've owned a lot of cameras over the years, both for photography and for cinematography. I was part of what is now referred to as the 5D revolution when Canon released the 5D Mark II, and it completely changed how we are able to shoot videos on these small compact cameras at a reasonable price. That was my first professional grade camera, and in a lot of ways opened up a ton of doors and allowed me to get my start. And from there, as my career progressed, I invested more into specific cameras like the Red Epic, which I used for a lot of client work, but I also traveled with quite a bit. I actually took our full Red Epic camera package on our honeymoon in Iceland. Come to think of it, I don't really know how I pulled that one off. After shooting a documentary down in Mexico where I actually had to use the Sony A7S Mark II, which I had never really heard of before that, it opened my eyes to the possibilities of what these small cameras can offer, specifically in the Sony lineup. The issue was that I had a mixed bag of equipment. I started with Canon, so I had Canon lenses, and then I invested into the Sony system with the Sony body, and I had all these adapters to make everything work, and it was never a seamless process. It was never as good as it could be or as easy as it could be. Finally this year, I decided to make the jump and fully commit to Sony. I'm not going to go into all the features of the camera because this isn't really a new camera by any means. It came out maybe a year ago, I'm not really sure. And there's tons of videos out there that go through all of that. But instead, I'm going to go through a few things that I personally enjoy about the camera so far. First, the autofocus. Since I had such a mixed bag of equipment for the last 5 or 6 years, I've never had a camera that had true autofocus. It's going to make this kind of content that I'm shooting much easier to do. The battery life. What a change. I was constantly juggling between 5 and 6 batteries, and when you travel like we do, you don't always have access to power. But with this camera, the battery life is so much better. And the size. It's not small by any means, but it's not big. It's definitely a good all-in-one travel camera. One last thing that I love is being able to switch between photo and video mode seamlessly, very quickly, and being able to have individual settings dialed in for each of those settings and not have it interrupt what you're doing and having to change the settings for your video shooting into your photo shooting. Overall, I'm really happy with the brand, Sony that is. I love the tech that they're putting into it. I love how well their cameras work. I love the image that I'm getting out of it. I'm just a fan. Like I said before, I'm only a couple weeks into using this camera, so I surely don't know everything. But if you are a fan of the camera, if you use the camera, if I missed anything, or if you think there's anything that I should check out about it that's going to make shooting with it better, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear it. That's about it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.